in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Topic
Thunder.
Here from the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost, and if you're new to this show, it is Patreon driven, or patron driven rather. Go to patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10, and at $5 and up, you can join in on this. And it's whatever our patrons want to send us. They know the email, and they rifle it in, and we talk about whatever you guys want us to talk about. And that's it. That is the show.
Yeah, definitely. We covered all kinds of subjects, from sports to entertainment to personal stuff to relationships to mental health stuff. We've covered it all here on the on Topic Thunder, and we love doing it. And we're looking forward to another episode of Wonderful Questions from you all, Matt. Should we just jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So Heinrich Winterland, or Henrik Winterland, writes in, "Hey there, John and Matt. Hope this question finds you well. I finally pulled the trigger on becoming a patron, and I'm certain that I'm going to love it."
You will.
Anyway, my question is about the upcoming Premier League season.
Oh,
do you think Liverpool, Man City are the only real contenders to the title, or do other teams have a chance to upset their favorites, the favorites? I feel like Chelsea might be a dark horse, as much as it upsets me to say that, as I'm an Arsenal fan. Looking forward to hearing both your thoughts. Best wishes, Heinrich, or Henrik. Well, take it away, John.
His body is a winterland. Listen, I would say this about him. I'll say about this season. We're 2 games in. As we're recording this, I just finished watching Liverpool beat Chelsea 2-0. Really good game by them, but of course helped by a red card that was on the Chelsea player. I agree. Chelsea's got all the tools here. Lampard is a bit of a jerk off, so he's perfect to coach that team. Chelsea's always had that kind of rough edge, rough exterior, cocky exterior to them. So Lampard, who used to play with them, is fantastic as their coach. You got Pulisic coming off of this injury. You got to work on the confidence of that goalkeeper, though. That kid's brain right now is mush. He does not have confidence in himself. Feels like De Gea from way back a few years ago for Manchester United. So if that kid gets right and they shore up some of the issues with the defense, then yes, I think Chelsea certainly has a shot to be in the top 4. I don't know if contending for a title just yet, but certainly the top 4. Arsenal, I've got to see a little bit more from Arsenal before I start to believe in them too much. But they played us well in the Charity Shield, and getting Aubameyang back signed as their main striker certainly puts that issue at ease, and now they can go forward. So I think Mikel Arteta has a really good team there, and certainly going to have some fun. And you can never count out Man City, but I think it all depends on if they get exhausted with Guardiola, and it depends on if Messi comes over and transfer to be a part of Man City. I think Liverpool right now is in pole position, but certainly anything can happen in the season. But I think it's certainly Liverpool's to win. Yeah.
Who are the odds-on favorite to get Messi? Is it Man City?
Yeah, it's Man City because of Pep Guardiola being his manager at Barcelona. So because he'd been his manager at Barcelona for so many years, they think he has a little more of an inside track for him. But who knows what's happening?
Was he the guy that came in and installed the offense that they got known for thereafter?
Yes.
That million touch system?
Yep. As many passes as possible. Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't know why soccer doesn't steal more from basketball.
How so?
Well, because like a pick and roll. You could easily do something on a bigger scale and whatnot, or a pick and pop, like whichever way your guy is going or whatnot, or how to crack his own defense, just the constant motion. But that passing is, in a lot of ways what the numerous teams try and do is just get the ball moving and then find the best available type of option.
It's kind of like that Paul Westphal thing, right? Who was it that did multiple passes and then you kind of wear him down by constantly moving the ball? I guess the Spurs did that, right? Flowing the ball
the Spurs are the first
all around.
The revolution of beautiful basketball. They took D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less and just moved. Let's increase the pace and let's increase 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
Even though now they don't have that, but
right. That's why I thought of Westfall, because I know it was the Suns and D'Antoni. It was actually D'Antoni, not Westfall, who had been coaching the Suns when he was developing that. So, seeing what they did there in San Antonio is fantastic. And Golden State doing the same thing as well. When they get into their rhythms, can do the same thing.
Just keep moving.
Absolutely.
Keep moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no point in playing ISO basketball.
But Messi wants to go. He's at the tail end of his career, and he can still do it. And there's younger players around him, and then seasoned veterans as well over at Man City. So it could be an interesting situation. The thing is, what do you do with Aguero? Aguero has been your engine, your Argentinian engine, and you're going to move him out to bring another Argentinian in. And they famously have issues getting along sometimes, Aguero and Messi on the pitch when they play for Argentina. So I wonder if Guardiola can navigate that possible drama between those two guys, or else there'll be issues for sure.
Give it to me like this. Messi is the equivalent to KD or LeBron. The other guy is the equivalent to
KD. Aguero is like KD. And Messi is LeBron. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Both of them want to be alphas. Both of them want to be alphas, man.
Is it the same age difference?
Kind of, yeah, because Aguero is a little bit younger than Messi. Yeah, I know.
You stay with... Yeah, but is Messi genuinely like LeBron, where at this late stage, he's still going to give you 16, 12, and 10?
Yeah.
Guaranteed, like so long as he wants to type of thing.
I don't know, because I've never seen Messi play the English game, like play in the Premier League. It's a completely different game in the Premier League. And I wonder if he'd adapt to it as well as he did in the Spanish league. And remember, in Spain, it's like 4 teams that are really good, and then everyone else is just fighting to try to get around that area. So, but with England, there's usually about 8 to 10 that are jostling around. Plus, you got those pesky ones that are down in the bottom 10 who give you a tough game and park the bus and beat you up all over the field. So, will Messi be able to deal with that? I don't know.
That's the phrase. They park the bus.
Yeah, that's what they call it when they set up the defense.
I like because you're driving around. It's a small country.
Yeah, right.
So you're on a bus. You're never. I can't imagine unless you're going over to Ireland or Scotland or something.
Yeah.
Or possibly the far side of Wales from another section of. But even then, it's just like we could drive and make it there in 3 hours. There's no point in flying.
Exactly. Yeah. We shall see. But I think Liverpool has pole position. Picking up that news, the Bayern Munich midfielder Thiago has been fantastic. Picking up Diogo Jota to be one of their new back strikers from Wolves. I think that's going to help the team, and then getting that Greek defender in is going to be good. But I think we still need 1 or 2 more players, and I think in the transfer window in December we might find that for us. So we'll see. We'll see.
And Henrik, as an Arsenal fan, I'm crushed as well. It hurts.
Yeah,
but thank you for joining us over at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. And welcome, friend.
Yes, welcome, Henrik. It'll be fun to talk some more Premier League. All right. Nick Francis is our next one. He says, hello, John and Matt. Apologies if you have already talked about this on here, but with how much you both like Batman, I have to ask. What's that? Oh, I lost again. Can I say that again?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did. Sorry about that.
No.
Apologies if you've already talked about this on here, but with how much you both like Batman, I have to ask, what did you guys think of the Batman trailer? Between the Bat beatdown and the Riddler being super creepy and John Doe-like, a.k.a. Seven, I couldn't be more pumped. Plus, am I crazy to think that with Fincher's 7/Zodiac vibes going on, that Jake Gyllenhaal is perfect to play the trilogy's Joker? Thanks. All right, Matt, what'd you think of the trailer? What do you think of this idea? Give it the De Niro face. I like the De Niro face. That's good.
Well, it's just the Gyllenhaal is Joker.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
That's super. I mean, look, Nightcrawler. Boom.
Yeah.
He already plays creepy.
Right, Southpaw, the screaming in the ring. It's nuts.
He's got the rage. He's got all the range.
Mm-hmm.
He can do all of it. Plus those eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So huge, and they bug out when he, so chooses. That's it. Yeah, the trailer looked good. I hope it's great. Who doesn't want it to be? It's thankfully, by and large, Batman seems to go okay or better.
Yeah.
So
at least starting out.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
The first 2 with Keaton, I can watch again.
Mm-hmm.
All of Nolan's, no problem.
Yeah.
Batman Forever. I kind of like it, kind of don't.
Yeah.
It's got moments here and there. I think I'm pushing it just because Batman and Robin afterwards is so atrociously bad.
Right.
But that's the real stinker on the resume. So I think the trailer looks super interesting, and I'm excited for it. I don't really have much beyond that. I try not to watch it again and find out anything about it. So
yeah, you're one of those rare people. Like, if you even watch a trailer, yeah. First of all, that's a rarity. Second of all, if you even watch a trailer more than once, because you don't want to be you don't want anything ruined for you. So,
I just want
it's odd.
Go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
From what I've seen or what has been thrust upon via other reviews, unless it's something where I'm on the fence anyway and be like, it seems like people like it. But I don't actually read the reviews. I just see the general number. But what about you?
I like the trailer a lot. I thought it was badass. I love the beatdown. I love the 7 vibe. And that makes sense because a lot of rumors have been that it's going to be a 90s film. And so the grunge aspect of it all, his hair being all, kind of skin being pasty, but his hair being all stringy and stuff, looking almost like the Crow. You're getting that the score that feels that way too, the vibe, all of it all around feels like a 90s, late 90s kind of movie, and that certainly fits in the 7 vibe of David Fincher. Sure. And I think Reeves has come out and said that he was influenced a little bit by Fincher stuff when he was coming up with this idea for this version of the Batman. It's going to be more of a detective-based Batman, so there's not going to be a lot of the kind of way out there stuff and any of that stuff.
Acceptable.
Yeah, exactly, to go this route. So it's going to be a little more grounded. So the idea of having, I think, a Jake Gyllenhaal Joker would be actually fantastic. I can't believe I hadn't really sat down and put it through my brain. Thinking about it before they'd shown the trailer, I'd seen that. I was like, I guess. But seeing now what the world he wants to create, Jake would absolutely fit in that. You'd have to be deft at restraining him when he wants to go the fuck on out there. But other than that, I think he'd be great as the Joker for sure. So yeah,
or maybe don't use the Joker.
That's certainly a possibility too. And people loved Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to. Heath Ledger is the favorite part.
Yeah,
the favorite villain of Nolan's trilogy, and they want to be as iconic as those. So why not touch it? I don't know. There's so many other good villains within Batman. I understand the pull. The gravitational pull to do Joker, but shit, you could make any one of these others just as amazing and iconic with the right spin.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, they managed to do that.
The trailer looks good, so I hope they do that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not like blown away, but in no way was I disappointed in the slightest. It's like, okay, that looks cool. I'm in.
Yeah.
But without any expectation, I also personally don't build in anything. Whereas the trailer for Endgame, it's like, okay, it's going to be, there's 20 movies that have led up to this. Like I am fully invested in whatever information I can glean out of this. And I definitely don't want to see this trailer, but I will watch. So, I mean, I don't want to set the bars like you got to be as good as X. No, just, make a good movie and hopefully it does insanely well. And then you can continue and grow and expand.
Right. Agreed. All right, Nick, thanks so much for that question. What do we got next, Matt?
Next, we have from Nancy Mallory, and she writes, "Hi, John and Matt. I recently watched the latest Versus battle on Apple Music and Twitter with Brandy and Monica. Is that how you pronounce it? Versus?
Versus, I guess. Yeah.
Versus?
They're trying to be cool and hip, so they make the S's Z.
Here we go. If you're not familiar with the show, it's basically a virtual DJ battle that features 2 artists to highlight their discographies in two 10-song rounds.
Wow.
What artist would you like to see in a future episode, just for fun? If there were to be a movie version, what directors or actors should compete?" Nancy Mallory.
Damn, Nancy, that's a great question.
So what is virtual DJ battle? What the fuck does that mean?
Don't sleep. There goes Matt. Old man knows over here.
No. Just in that, so they're highlighting their discographies, but in 2 10-song rounds. So that they're just trading back and forth. Like, how is this engaging?
Here, let me read it from Wikipedia. The format: the versus battle may consist of up to 20 rounds of what would be an artist's hit songs or hit feature / collaborations to go head to head against each other. During the battle, the artist will play each song one after another through audio sound systems via computer or recording studio equipment. And then sometimes they'll even have people do their songs live as guest guest performers performing their songs. It was done remotely over Instagram Live due to COVID. So it's a recent show. The majority of the U.S. were under quarantine, blah, blah, blah. That way, each challenger participated often used their own cell phone, tablet device, or webcam, but live stream on Instagram Live through verified artist page, as with any normal format. One must add or request each other to communicate, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's basically it.
I watched. You can find clips of it on YouTube.
Okay.
And it is. So I got Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle in one.
Wow.
And Brandy and Monica in another.
Are they actually on screen doing this against each other?
So,
like,
what
how
it
does
appears,
Gladys Knight know how to do this shit?
They're sitting in chairs. It's a static two shot.
Okay.
But you can see both of them, it's from like 15 feet back. So you can see the ground, the pedestal of the chair, their full legs, and then it looks like 12 feet above them. So it's a weird two shot. Brandy and Monica have a screen, but behind them with their names. Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle are just in, looks like some auditorium.
Yeah, it looks like it, huh?
Yeah. So it's a static shot, and it appears they play the songs, and then they just kind of like, they dance and maybe sing a tiny little bit along with.
Right.
Nancy, what are you doing with your life? This looks so boring. Just to watch them listen to their tunes and dance out a little. Like, do they actually sing it?
Well, I mean,
I guess they sing along with. Okay.
Yeah. And then they share stories about the songs in between the songs. Listen, this is kind of a genius idea, to be honest with you. As long as you have two good sports doing it. But I'd like the drama. This is a very sweet show, it seems like, because Brandy and Monica obviously did duets, and Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle are, those ladies are untouchable. Their legacy, no matter what they make nowadays. So to do it with artists now, I mean, I'd like the drama. So maybe, I don't know.
You know what I would love? Okay, so
yeah,
I have one. But I don't know, because it's not the same one-on-one. It's
okay.
Two groups.
Sure.
So one is Beastie Boys.
Okay. Versus?
Because since MCA passed, they'll never perform live again.
Right.
They're done.
As the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, as the Beasties. They're done.
Right.
But if they sat down and maybe they did some of their rhymes and let MCAs go, and then afterwards song ends and they talk about, like, so it's them performing again, which we'll never get.
Right.
And it's also like, okay, what was New York like in that time? And then what were you guys doing when you wrote this song or whatever else, versus Wu-Tang?
Oh, shit.
Then you get a different snapshot of what it's like to come up in 90s New York hip hop 12 years later, 15 years later. And to get all those guys in a room and just like, wow, there's so many different personalities, and each has enough of a discography and track list that where I would be engaged with that. Plus, I'd love to hear the backstories. I could do it with bands too, but that one is just like, they both came up through the same ranks roughly.
Yeah.
10, 15 years apart. It's a group dynamic in a field that's dominated by solo individuals. So that's unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it primarily just be to see the Beastie Boys perform again.
I love that. I think going along with a little bit of what you just said, if we say bands, the Nirvana versus Pearl Jam one, that would be a great versus. If you let Dave Grohl and Novoselic, whatever his last name is, Novoselic, let Kurt Cobain sing his songs, and then they just kind of talk about that stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And you have Eddie Vedder there with maybe Tom Morello. And another other person. Is that right? Is that Tom Morello? Is he the one in Pearl Jam?
No, he's in Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, sorry, Rage. Sorry. But anyway, have Eddie there with whoever else was in Pearl Jam. And then they have a back and forth talking about it, their stories and stuff like that. The drama one would be Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, of course, because they have so much, they have drama right now. Who could you put LL Cool J against? Like, who would be up there if you were going to do LL Cool J, bro?
Do you want the same era or do you want a different era?
I feel like you have to do the same era, right? I mean, Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, Brandy and Monica, that's all same era. So
sure. I mean, I went two different eras with Beasties and Wu-Tang.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, but still New York bands, New York rap artists.
Singular individual.
You could, if you want to do a sweet one, you could Dr. Dre and Eminem. Because I mean, they work together.
Big Daddy Kane, because everybody else I can think of are groups.
Big Daddy would be great. Yeah, Big Daddy would be
KRS One.
KRS One, I think would be. Well, I think KRS
people
One
know his discography.
Yeah, I mean KRS One and Public Enemy would be interesting because those two guys were contemporaries and were constantly doing.
They're closer in age.
And also doing socially conscious raps.
Uh-huh.
So I think that would be interesting. Nas and Jay-Z, that would be interesting. Fuck. Nas and Jay-Z, I think would be awesome.
Old Kanye and young Kanye. And he's got the split personality to do both. So,
dude, I think you may have just cracked it.
Dude.
Old Kanye versus young
Kanye. he's gonna bring Adidas and Puma back together right after him and Jay-Z. I saw that and I was like, dude, man, what medications should you be on?
I love it, man. Oh yeah, Kanye.
Yeah. At some moments, the thought seems cogent, and I can follow along with it. And then a couple minutes later, the thought is erratic, completely different. Now, I don't know what he's done in that time in between.
Right.
And plus, that's what he's presenting to us. Whether or not that's reality from him, I don't know.
Yeah,
because the controversy could be sparking exactly what he wants, but it's gone on for so long that it seems genuine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and look, dude, you're not going to find mental health stability being a part of the Kardashian clan. Sorry, you're just not. I don't care what anybody.
I don't even blame them, man.
I mean, I know but like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a healthy environment for him to be in. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that's not the healthiest place for you to be in if you have this condition already.
Sure. But he's always had an ego.
Right. Well, sure. Yes.
Biggest
absolutely.
ego in all of hip. I mean, since the day I heard of him, I heard that basically he's been telling anybody that will listen that he is the biggest thing that they don't know about.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't fucking wrong.
I mean, honestly, ultimately it paid out to be that.
For a while, he was considered one of the greats. Yeah.
I would imagine he still is on some level.
Yeah, true.
I mean, a bunch of those albums, I genuinely feel are classics.
I don't disagree with you at all. Even 808s and Heartbreaks, I would absolutely put up there.
Oh yeah, that and Dark Twisted are my two favorites.
Dark Twisted Fancy, yeah, absolutely.
Like going back to Graduation, there's too many skits. It was a weird time in hip hop at that time, and everybody did stupid skits, and I hate it.
That's true, and I can't give you credit. I can't make that a classic album if you got like Homie from Maroon 5 doing the riff with one of your songs.
Oh, I don't care. I can't do it. That's fine.
I can't do it.
If you make a good song, who gives a shit?
I can't do it. But everything else, yeah. I mean, those would be interesting. You put Elvis versus young Elvis versus old Elvis. Oh man, if you could do these like virtual, like really virtual, that'd be fucking awesome. Oof. Oh,
McCartney versus Lennon.
Oh yeah, McCartney versus Lennon would be great.
And have Yoko up there just talking smack. John thought this song was better than anything you ever wrote. I don't know that their relationship is that contentious. I don't know anything about it. It'd be fun to watch.
Yoko saying, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah.
Robert Plant with Roger Daltrey, maybe as the Who and like Led. Maybe those two are too far out.
Sure. No. I mean, I would be engaged with that.
What about David Lee Roth versus Sammy Hagar talking about the two eras of
Don't you already know that fucking story?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't even follow that band as much as, I mean, someone that mainlines it like Ellis or Steve Simone or a couple other dudes that I know that's their heroine.
Yeah.
And I know all the fucking stories. Yeah.
What if we did? But she asked about actors and directors and stuff like that.
To jump into the mix?
Scorsese and Coppola would seem to be the most logical for me initially, right off the bat for me, for them to go at it about their stuff.
Well, you kind of want to get actors that didn't care for one another.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I mean, well, I guess maybe Brando versus Frank Oz, but
no.
Brando versus...
Well, Brando hated James Dean. So that could be interesting. But Dean only has 3 films. So.
Exactly. That's not much of a filmography to stack up against.
Maybe Brando De Niro. I mean, obviously De Niro Pacino makes sense.
Yeah.
But Brando De Niro would be interesting.
Damon Affleck.
Yeah. Damon and Affleck could be very curious. Spike Lee and Quentin Tarantino. That's combustible. That's combustible.
Yeah.
Spike Lee's always complained that Tarantino uses the N-word too much in his scripts. That could be an interesting back and forth for sure.
Well, then have Sam Jackson there to referee.
Yes, absolutely. Sam would have to referee.
Just come on.
Whoa.
Yeah. Just back and forth. There has no allegiance, although Quentin uses him much more or collaborates with him much more.
For our old fans, maybe for people who love classics, maybe Betty Davis versus Joan Crawford. That could be drama and a half.
Is that show coming back with another season?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched that
one.
I didn't watch that one.
That was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I might give it a shot because, I mean, I loved Fosse Verdon. That's on FX, so I want to see if that one's good too.
Yeah, that's on a list of we haven't gotten to's yet.
Are there two women? Maybe. I mean, Katharine Hepburn and Meryl Streep? That seems something.
I mean, Katherine Heigl has to be feuding with somebody.
Heigl?
She has to be.
Heigl, but does she has one good movie.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I'm sure in her mind, though, they're all bangers.
Yeah. All bangers. 27 Dresses is an unrecognized class.
Well, we just saw him on the Fast Times, but Julia Roberts versus Jennifer Aniston as to who has the best film. I would still side with Julia Roberts, but Aniston's been working a lot lately.
Yeah. I bet Julia would just bring her Oscar and just like fucking plant it right there between them right off the bat, you know. A little intimidation tactic. Yeah, could be fun. Adam Sandler and so go ahead.
Day-Lewis versus like Peter O'Toole or what is damn it, the classic first ever in the modern era best actor, the gentleman that used to say, not Alec Guinness, another English actor.
Okay.
The Day-Lewis of his day. British.
Okay. Oh, Olivier?
50s, 60s. Yes, thank you, Olivier.
Yeah, Laurence Olivier and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's the guy that said first I start with the shoes, and then I build up from there.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if it was him or Alec Guinness, but I'm pretty sure it's him.
I could see that, and I could see Brana being super pissed in the audience that he wasn't asked to be a part of it.
I'm sorry, Brana, you're not in the same ballpark. You definitely feel like you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is an absolute joke. I should be in this contender. It's like, no, sorry, Kenneth. Just you can sit and watch, but you can't say anything.
You can't.
This is bullshit. That'd be fantastic. I'm down with that. What about Schwarzenegger and Stallone? That would just be fucking great for 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I think Schwarzenegger wins that going away.
Do you really? What?
Yeah. Stallone has what? Okay, you're more of a fan of the Rockies. I got Rocky 4.
All Rockies, every Rocky except for 5.
I'm not going that far.
And not Balboa either. But every other Rocky, including Creed. You can throw the Creeds in there. He's in them.
He is in them, but those aren't his movies.
All right, fair.
In that regard.
Creed 1, you could argue, is a co-lead thing, but Creed 2 certainly not his movie.
But First Blood,
the Rambos,
Copland, the Rambos. Like, come on, really?
Okay. Yes,
the Rambos.
1, 2, not 3. I love Last Blood. The last one they did, it was really good. I thought so, regardless of what people thought it was a MAGA movie. Too many liberal critics out there. I didn't mind
the one that just came out. I didn't see it because I heard it was just preposterously stupid.
He's just killing people.
Yeah, but I like.
What do you want from Rambo?
He's got cheesy puns. Somebody told me one of them at one point. A very Schwarzenegger 96 type of vibe.
I feel it fits. All right,
in spot moments.
What are you giving me with Schwarzenegger? You got Conan.
Sure, you got Conan. You got Running Man.
I don't know if I'd throw Running Man in there.
Well, I'm a fan of that.
Okay. All
right. Genuinely so. Predator.
Yes, certainly Predator.
Terminator 2.
Yes.
Terminator Dark Fate.
The last one? Yes.
Yeah.
Not really about him again. He's kind of like the Stallone, but
yeah. If you want to say that,
I'm allowed Creed, then I think that's allowed. Because I don't watched it again the other day, Matt. I don't get why people hate that movie. I
Dark
thoroughly
Fate,
enjoyed
neither.
the shit out of it.
I watched it like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
just over 2 nights to go to bed. I watched like the first hour and then the second hour.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't understand why I didn't do better. It just sucks because we're rewarding shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the Transformers. Bumblebee does the worst of all of them, and it was easily the best. Not even close.
Could argue that.
Oh, okay. To me, it's
you could argue
head
that.
and shoulders above anything else, and anything else just means number one.
Fair. You got his comedy. What, you got Twins?
You got Twins. You got Kindergarten Cop, which I'm a fan of.
Cop. I could argue. I could say that's good. I think that's fair.
I liked Maggie. I liked.
Oh yeah, the zombie one. True Lies. True Lies. Would you say?
True Lies. There was that. What was it The Last Stand or something like that?
Oh yeah, the one where he was the sheriff with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't terrible. You know what I mean? And
I like. Yeah, go ahead.
Bruce Willis aspires to making that right now.
Yes, he does.
He really does. Like I've got more of those with him than Stallone is like. It's very like I'm not a fan of Cobra.
Oh, what?
I'm not. Tango and Cash, I think, is now. It's a moment in time. I loved it when it came out.
Dated. It's so dated to watch.
Now watching it, it's so bad.
You got to give it up for Demolition Man. That still holds weight.
Never. I wasn't a fan at the time. Not a fan now.
Oh, you're insane. That holds weight.
Don't stop or my mom will shoot.
Yeah, I can't put that on there.
Sure.
What about Cobra?
I told you, not a fan.
Over the Top?
I am a fan, but if somebody told me I just saw it and it's the cheesiest piece of shit I've ever seen, I couldn't disagree with them. But I fucking love it.
Lockup. I like Lockup. It's one of his vehicles that I enjoyed.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's Schwarzenegger has those versions. I prefer,
He does.
His version of those.
Do you like Cliffhanger?
No.
Demolition? Oh, no, sorry. The Specialist? Any of those?
Nope.
All right, then it's just crap because Judge Dredd's terrible. Assassins is terrible. Daylight's okay, but not really.
No.
Copland.
Yeah.
Get Carter's no good. Driven's no good. Fuck, man. And it wasn't until Rocky Balboa that he kind of came back again. Then Rambo, which I don't think is that good, but it's fun to watch him shoot shit up. The Expendables is good. The first one is good. Yeah, and then it gets real bad until Creed. And then it gets bad again until Creed 2. And then Rambo Last Blood, and now he's
just got a bigger dry spell.
Yeah, he does, man.
Than Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger is still even in the midst of that. Because you have to factor in, he took off to be the governor for a while.
He did.
Still put out better movies.
He did. This could be a fun. This could be a fun versus. I'd like this versus. This would be a good versus. Have Jean-Claude Van Damme in the background just totally fucking pissed, or Seagal, him and Seagal just getting angry that they're not part of it. Oh, Seagal, look, Seagal Van Damme would be a 5-hour stream of consciousness madness, but it'd be so worth it. It'd be so worth it to see their versus battle. So, all right. I think we're at 32 minutes. We should wrap this thing up now.
Yeah.
But thank you, Nancy. That was an awesome question.
It was. And now the show is somewhat interesting. Well, I think it's like Brandy versus Monica.
Yeah.
I was past the age for the people that came out for.
Okay.
Just past enough to where it's just like, I'm done with that type of music.
Right.
That
boy is mine. Yeah.
Yeah. I was out of high school by like 3-4 years when that came out. And that's a high school, you're a freshman, sophomore type of song.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, no, great question.
Yeah, absolutely, Nancy. Thank you so much. All right, well, that wraps up this episode of Topic Thunder. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions and for being patrons of the Top 10 Show. And if you'd like to become a patron of the Top 10 Show, it's right above my head there. Patreon.com/the-top 10 with the number 10 there. Go and sign up, see the multiple tiers, at least at the $5 level. Sign up there, $5 a month. That's like one cup of Starbucks a month. You can do it for supporting us and keeping us afloat and keeping us doing what we're doing. And you'll get to send in questions. You get to participate in some stuff here on the Outlaw Nation. I'm sorry, on the Top 10 Show. God damn it. I'm doing too much. I apologize, Matt, profusely. But anyway, on the Top 10, you can be a part of that.
Yep.
And be a part of it and be on our Patreon and be all the benefits that you get for being a part of the Top 10 Show.
Damn straight. You can follow me anywhere at Matt Nost, and everything John said, I echo back. Sorry, Catherine needed the code to a lock, so I was in the middle of I had to find it on my camera roll and then send it over to her. So that is it. Follow me at Matt Nost for see all the stuff that I'm doing.
There you go. You can follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Top 10 has a YouTube channel in case you're listening to us on the podcast feed. And come over, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can subscribe. And you don't have to be bothered with having our videos come up. You just subscribe. There you go. You can turn that thing, letting you know there's videos coming up. But just having your numbers there would help a lot. So if you haven't done that yet, please go and do that over on the Top 10 YouTube channel. All right, that's it for us. We'll talk to you next time on another episode of Topic
Thunder.